Here we are, waiting for the Mars bar kit to come by on the Mars bar. Yeah, this is with the standard exhaust. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, marvellous. Shouldn't be too long now. I could be here for days. It's like waiting at a level crossing. Oh, here he comes. I can hear it. Marvellous. Now all we need him to do is come back. Yeah. Marvellous. Marvellous sound, isn't it? But very quiet, don't you think? Maybe we could do something about that. I don't know. We can certainly give it a go, can't we? Yeah, there we go, in the barn. Give it a blip. Marvellous. Marvellous, simply marvellous. So here we are. Yeah, Mars bar. Mars bar's just about to have a transplant. Yeah, we're going to remove, well I say we, I'm not. I'm not, yeah, Mars bar kid. He's here, yeah, he's going to do all the work. He's got gloves on. And he's got gloves on because, being the buffoon that I am, came up with this idea and forgot that the bike would be hot by the time it got here. But he's done some prep work and he's going to tell us what tools we need and what he's done already. So
it's fairly easy. You need a 17mm open end. That's for the oxygen sensor here. You need a 14mm for the two that hold the pipe into the head, and you need a 12mm. In fact, two 12mm. This one is captive, so you just need one spanner to undo that one. And then this one, it has a nut on the back, so you need a 12mm on the back and a 12mm on the front to stop it spinning, okay? And then this will come off in one complete piece. You can, if you like, break it just before the cat and take these pipes off separately, but for reasons of alignment and putting it back and taking it off, I think it makes more sense to do it as a one piece.
Sense. Sense. You don't get much of that on here, do you? No, marvellous.
So firstly, oxygen sensor. Now what I found with this is the wire gets all twisted up. So it's a bit of a pain, but when you put the oxygen sensor back in again, because the wiring loom twists as you are undoing it. So you need to be mindful of the fact that when you put it back in again, that, well, it's hot even through gloves. Right, so that's out.
So, oxygen sensors removed. Do you feel okay? Yeah, he feels fine. Yeah, and it just comes out there. It's just...
Right, I'm going to loosen these off. I'm not going to undo them all the way. And just put these. Let's use the ratchet, it's faster. 14mm. So dome nuts, easy peasy. Clutch cable's in the way for this one. Okay. This would be a lot easier if I didn't have thick gloves. But anyway, there you go. Two nuts off.
Two nuts.
Having said I'm not going to take them both off in case it all falls apart. I'll just put one on, back on a couple of threads.
Let's just put one back on. Yeah,
now,
marvellous.
12mm on this captive one here. And on the new exhaust, it doesn't use this centre mount. It's not. This is redundant once you get the new exhaust.
So you take
on.
the whole bracket off?
Yeah, the whole bracket comes off with.
Marvellous. Have you weighed it?
I have not. Have you got any scales?
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to pop down the road, they'll do it for you. No trouble. It's all going to fall to pieces in a minute. Marvellous.
Okay, so.
Is that it?
That would be it if I had the confidence that it wasn't too hot to touch and I could take these gloves off. Right, so that's the nut at the back that's fallen off. That's the 12mm on the back. So we have this one, which was captive, this one, which is bolted through, and I'm going to now attempt. Now this thing has a habit of jamming up. Right, are we ready?
Are you ready? Ah, simple as that, look. It's all off. Marvellous. That's it. You can see inside. It's open up. I hope it doesn't come round now.
Right, I'm going to put this, hopefully it's not going to burn that. And then we get the new one. So as you can see, the new one doesn't have a centre mount.
Looks so nice and shiny. And whilst it doesn't weigh as much, it actually looks more substantial in a way. It looks like it's made more out of girders.
There's this insert, goes inside here.
Oh, marvellous. Okay. What about a gasket or anything? Is there a gasket?
Well, there is a gasket that comes with, but for the purposes of this demo, I'm reusing the original gasket.
Marvellous.
So, what do we want to do? I'm just going to attempt to hang this at the back.
Just going to hang it.
Right, so now it's hung at the back. Got it?
That's it.
Let's just put take my gloves off because I can't feel anything.
So that seems to sit quite a long way out.
Yes, it does.
Marvellous.
Need to recover these two pieces from the original exhaust. They fit together thusly.
So the flange is split, it's not a complete thing. Marvellous.
What I do know is that it's hot.
Still complaining that it's hot.
There you go. Thusly. Take the two nuts. This one goes here.
Oh, it definitely looks odd. That shouldn't go the other way then.
Should it?
Maybe
You've
not.
made me doubt myself.
I don't know. I'm putting doubt in his mind. That's what I'm here for. To put doubt in everyone's mind.
No, that's the way it goes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Marvellous.
We can go back and review, but I'm sure these curves go back almost.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes them more aerodynamic. Have you got Loctite out like that to fasten stuff up with?
Not now. This doesn't vibrate.
Oh no, I forgot it's not a 500. No, what mistake to make. Careful of the tank. Jesus Christ, man.
Right. So, as you can see, that one is redundant.
So what do you do? Do you leave that in?
You can put that in, and put a nut on the back, which I don't have, so...
Do you need, is that rubber mounted? Is it got
There's
a rubber grommet?
in there.
So you need to take that out.
That whole thing out,
Yeah.
otherwise you'll lose those on the road.
Yeah.
You could also take that out, but like
There
that.
you go. Marvellous. So we've saved those. We've rescued those. So he's not going to lose those. He's going to put them in his pocket. What you lost now?
Nothing.
Were you looking for the nut for the back of that boat? Oh, what a nana! Even I knew that where it was. I saw you tightening it up. Unbelievable.
Okay.
Here he goes. Don't you love that sound? That sound of a ratchet. Do you want me to hold the exhaust up?
Yeah, managed. Right, now I don't know if that's out too far.
What do you mean?
But, well, on the Hitchcock's video that bracket is mounted that way, but if you can see that bracket sweeps outwards.
Yeah.
I had thought maybe it should be the other way round, which would pull that point in space backwards. But because this bracket would be the other way round, I'm not sure.
It looks alright to me. Now you just need to tighten those. Oh no, you need to put that little sucker back in. It's burning your fingers yet?
No, it's
Damn.
fine.
Did you twist it?
I did.
What he forgot to remind us all, because I've remembered, you twist the sensor first so that you're actually winding it back to where it should be, because it's otherwise you'll be twisting against it and it'll constantly be trying to undo itself. I think that's the theory.
I think that's the theory. I did wonder if I should have traced that cable back up to where it was connected and disconnect it so that we didn't have to do that. Anyhow,
We haven't.
in
so-
essence,
He's got a ratchet spanner, but he doesn't bother. He just likes to fiddle.
the ratchet spanner, the shoulder on the ratchet spanner is a little bit...
He's just coming up with excuses.
Okay, now obviously if we were doing this tomorrow I might change that gasket in there, but it didn't leak when I did this before.
Yeah.
So for the purposes of this, we're good.
Looks solid enough.
I might undo this 12 and put it a little tiny bit higher.
I can't wait to hear it. Yeah, that looks better to me from here.
Okay, so that's a tiny bit higher. 12.
Don't know if you saw that, folks.
I just undid the back mount and moved it up a bit.
He's using the ratchet now.
Okay, right. Do you want the honours? Or shall I?
Oh, no, you do it. Let's, you get it, shall I? Shall I?
You go.
Oh, I forgot. Look, it's one of those buttons. Yeah, marvellous. Oh, that's definitely got a bit more throat to it. This is just a tick over. Oh, marvellous. Right. That's just splendiferous, isn't it? Oh, excellent. Now we just need to get down the road. Masbah kid has gone off up the hill with the new exhaust on. It's going to do exactly the same as we did before, and it's going to come back, and I think you're going to be surprised by the sound. Yeah, marvellous. Oh, that's marvellous, isn't it? That's just splendiferous. Yeah. Now we need to wait for him to come back. Marvellous. Oh, totally different sound altogether. Yeah, that's splendiferous, isn't it? Absolutely splendiferous. And you saw how to fit it. I mean, what more can we do for you? You know? Yeah, we cheated a bit and we did it all in one piece. You've got to fathom that out first of all. But it's not difficult, is it? Well, difficult. He just made a bit of a job of it because he was worried about burning his hands. Something about losing his skin. I don't know. So, just can't get the stuff these days. I think he's gone back to Scotland again. I'm sure he'll be back in a minute. Any second now. Marvellous. So, here I am. I'm on the Masbah. Yeah. I'm on the Masbah and I'm off. Yeah. With the new exhaust on. Just to see what it's like. Yeah. It's marvellous. It sort of sounds a bit more bassy than Bertie. More bassy than Bertie, can you imagine? And the burble when you shut the throttle off. Oh, it reminds me, it makes me sad in a way because it reminds me of Paddington. Yeah. And what I'm missing. Ah, that's terrible, isn't it? Still, you know, it's oh, this is what you need at the end. And today, I can tell you, has been a very, very stressful day for me. I haven't not had a pleasurable day, and so to get out, mess about with this exhaust and have a ride and a classic 350, the Masbah, in the sunset sun, it's just marvellous. Oh, this is just splendiferous. Yeah, yeah, and like I say, it does make me a little bit sad for Paddington, and I was a little bit sad before because JD had been riding it, and I don't mind JD riding Paddington, but it made me think of everybody else who's riding it, people who might disrespect him. Yeah, but I'll be along to see him shortly. I've got some videos coming up planned with Haywards, so yeah, so I'm just out on a little jaunt really. It's just marvellous, isn't it? So you'll also be able to hear how different this sounds to Bertie. I think it's got more bass to it. I know, lunacy, I realise, but it is splendiferous. And we did the glove trick. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen that already. I might have put that up as a short. Oh, cones! A gathering of cones! Oh, I bet they're full of opinions. Yeah, marvellous. I wonder what they thought. I bet they heard the Mars bar come and thought, whoa. Just marvellous. I mean, imagine Paddington would sound like this. Yeah. And made for roads like this as well. This is splendiferous, isn't it? And what I like about it, when they have a bit of throat about them, is you don't kill any animals. They all have plenty of time to hear you coming, and they're gone. So you're safe for yourself, but also safer for the animals. It's marvellous. Yes, so Hitchcock Exhaust, you saw how simple it was to fit, and if your engine's cool enough to start with, I reckon you could probably do it in about 10 minutes maximum. Yeah, 10 minutes to change your exhaust, which is nothing, is it, really? Yeah, and I think the exhausts are about £250, and I don't think you have to do anything else, any remapping or anything like that. I don't know, so don't hold me to that, because I couldn't say. But this is just a bonus, isn't it? Yeah, marvellous. I just feel so chilled. It's definitely what I needed to remove some of that stress of the day, and I think everyone should have this, just to do, I don't know, 10-15 minutes every night, a little bit like taking exercise. You know, it would really, I think, that's just cone there, marvellous. The world would be a nicer place. Yeah, that's what I think. Definitely. The world would definitely be a nicer place. So, here we are in Woolpit. Yeah, marvellous. God, look, old Land Rover. That's marvellous. So, well, the time's over all too quickly. Just listen to that exhaust. Have a look at that and have a listen. Have a listen. Just splendiferous. Marvellous. Thank you very much, Mars Bar. That was very much needed.